Welcome to China Horse Business, the one and only podcast focusing on the booming horse market in China, bringing to you by two experts of Chinese equine industry, Zoe King and Jojo Wang from Shanghai and Hong Kong, introducing China to the world.
Hello, Zoe. It is the China national holiday.
Yes, it's one of the biggest national holidays in China. We'll be off for a week. It is so-called the Golden Week.
Usually, a public holiday is the busiest day for horse industry.
Yes, on the Golden Week, I will be participating in the International Equestrian Cultural Week Beijing and Equus Premium Open from the September 30 to October 3.
This is the 6th anniversary of Equus Open since 2015. There were accumulated over 3,000 horse rider combinations that participated in the competition and attracted over 6 million views online since 2015. For this competition, you can find more information on our Season 1 episode 26. But talking about Equus, it is the only British Horse Society approved examination center in China mainland, and they recently launched a set of new Chinese teaching menu with BHS.
Today, in the China News section, we will bring you the BHS News Series China Teaching Menu launch. Many foreign federations are present in China, right?
Yes, you're right. We now have FN from Germany, Gallop from France, Belgium, the Australian Pony Clubs, and BHS from UK, and they're all in China. Remember in our previous session speaking with Alex Mark, the lady with one of the highest FEI official qualification, and Sarah Roll, who is training in the UK and preparing for the 2024 Paris Olympic.
Yes.
They both bring out a significant point regarding the demand for education in China equine market. Of course, all these federations spend no efforts in educating the China market. However, I would say at this moment, BHS is the only one coming in with the teaching material officially published in Chinese version.
Additional to Chinese version training manual of BHS Stage 1 PPT and Equitation published in 2017. The newly announced series includes the BHS Complete Horsemanship Volume 1.1, Volume 2.2, and BHS Stage 1 Workbook. These training manuals aim to develop aspiring equestrian skills, improving efficiency, depth of knowledge, and understanding of equine care and management. Will further concrete the foundation of any aspiring equestrian, providing a safe, modern concept to the current industry.
Furthermore, this will increase the attention of improving the horse welfare concept within the country. As Michelle Wang, the owner of Equine, said, without a good system, the more it grows, the more horses suffer. And I agree with her point of view. At this moment, our audience might wonder why are Chinese people doing the BHS, FN or Gallop system? What about the China-owned equestrian system?
Yes, it is a question where even Chinese people ask why, but it is not difficult to understand. Looking into these established systems from Germany, UK, and France, this system took many experts over a century to develop. And until today, these systems are still improving. China equestrian is considered as an emerging sport. We only have riders competing in international platform with recent 10 to 15 years, and thus, compare with all these strong equestrian countries, China equestrian industry is still very green.
Think about if China develops the equine industry with its own power. It will take another century to close the gap. China equestrian market welcomes different countries' expertise to assist developing the industry to shorten the path to catch up with the international platform. Besides the initial industry developments, the government also supports the industry by encouraging high school and universities to increase equine management, equine veterinarian, and another equine-related major into their curriculum. This act indicates China government not only wanting to promote the equine market for the short term, but also to get the industry to prepare for more extensive development for the coming future.
Yes, totally agree, Jojo. Today in our China Club section, let's introduce Qingdao Agriculture University, which established the first equine science curriculum in China. Qingdao Agriculture University is a university in Shandong Province. It is one of the first universities approved by the State Council of China to grant bachelor's degrees in equine science. This school has two campuses located in Chengyang and Laiyang in Qingdao City, together covering an area of nearly 600 acres and a building area of 719,000 square meters. With the school has 214,000 students, 1,506 full-time teacher staff, and 77 undergraduate majors, and 13 top postgraduate degrees.
Established in 1951, the president of the school, with a firm belief in equine industry development and spot the talent gap in the future industry. In 2010, the provincial department officially approved the Qingdao Agriculture University of Education to conduct the 4 years equine science under the animal science major, focusing on cultivating professional talents for the development of the equine industry. After 11 years of exploration, the training curriculum has been more established by cooperating with overseas university and enterprises. Together with integrating with the local industry resources, the university set up nearly 20 practical bases across the country to continuously strengthen the experience and skill of students.
Before setting up the equine major, Qingdao Agriculture University already had a reputation in embryos technology. Currently, the school focuses on these courses in their daily teaching: feeds and nutrition, breeding, stable management, horse training in different disciplines, horse tech design, stable facilities development, equine history, and competition event management. In addition, the school provides athletic scholarships, and few of their students also even got into the Dali scholarship program. This also indicates students from the university are up to international standards.
Furthermore, I had a conversation with Qingdao University's special appointed professor, Dr. Catherine Dave. She's from Australia. She mentioned, before the student graduate, the school will provide career surveys to the student, focusing on their personality, strength, and interest in advising their career path. On top of that, they also assist students in career matching to maximize both benefits.
Wow, Jojo is impressive. And I'm looking forward to seeing more universities conducting equine-related subjects soon. Today in our China story, we have invited Rodney and Victoria from Windsor Park Stud Farms from New Zealand, and this is our conversation.
Hello, Rodney and Victoria. Rodney, can you briefly introduce what Windsor Park Stud does and what are your main activities?
Our main business is standing stallions. So we stand six stallions at the moment, and those stallions stand a service fee. So we sell their services to clients. And we also have our own broodmare band of close to 120 mares. And from those mares, we sell their progeny as yearlings or as 2-year-olds. And then we also race quite a few horses in our own name. But our main business is standing thoroughbred stallions and selling their progeny. We also do a little bit of syndication with clients. That is selling horses and helping bring clients in that want smaller shares. So that's a part of our business as well. We also have, my wife has a side business from Windsor Park called Event Stars. And this business is totally about the rehoming of retired thoroughbreds. And she probably rehomes close to 350 horses a year. She's had many good horses out of Hong Kong. Our Blazing Speed, he's here at the moment actually, Blazing Speed is.
We've also got some horses that are owned by some special people at Hong Kong Jockey Club, like the Savvy 7, Savvy 9, 7. So that's owned by Xu Jinheng and Li Jiaxin.
Can you share with us why Windsor Park is unique?
Well, Windsor Park, we've got a lot of unique factors, but New Zealand is a very unique country for breeding horses in. And where we live, the Waikato area, we live in a town called Cambridge, and it is a very, very fertile part of the country, and probably top 2% of land in New Zealand. Horses can be live outside all year round. The grass grows every day of the year, so it's a beautiful part of the world to live in. It's a great place to breed horses. So that is a really special part about Windsor Park on the land side of things. Yep. We have staff, very, very good staff. We pride ourselves on, and it gives us a lot of strength when your people that work for you are actually making money within the business. So it's a huge thing having top staff. Yeah, and look, we've bred a very good horse up. We've bred off this farm. We've had 3 world champions, which is a very hard thing to do for any one farm, and especially coming from a smaller country. So we had Era Velocity, who raced in Hong Kong. Very good horse up there. He won Group 1s in Hong Kong, Singapore, and Japan.
Wow.
So You Think came from this farm. He won 10 Group 1s altogether, 5 in Australia and 5 in Europe, which was huge. And then we had bred another horse called Might and Power, who was, he won the Melbourne Cup, the Cox Plate, the Caulfield Cup, one of the best horses ever to race in Australia, and was a world champion. So we're really proud that to say that we've had 3 world champions come off our farm. I really see China as the new frontier in terms of racing. I think there's a lot of passionate people there. Like what I've found with doing business with the Chinese is that our cultures aren't that different. Once you get through the language barrier, I think our fundamentals in terms of how we do business is very similar. And I really enjoy my business relationship with the Chinese people that I deal with.
Yeah, interesting. Rodney and Victoria, if you put on Chinese investors or Chinese owners' shoes, what you think will be the most attractive advantage for them to invest in breeding horses in New Zealand?
Well, the big thing about New Zealand, and whereas it is quite different from the other parts of the world, is if you want to breed here, the cost of production per animal is far lower than most other countries. And that's purely to do with our environment. So, as I said earlier, our horses can live outside all year round. They can, we have grass growing all year round. So if you go to some of those other bigger places, such as Australia, up the Hunter Valley in Australia, or in Kentucky in America, or even in Ireland or England, their horses have to be housed through the winter, and parts of the summer too hot. We've got a very temperate climate here. So when you go and sell your horses at the other end, there's a huge advantage that the cost of production is lower. And we're on the doorstep of Australia, who has the best prize money in the world. So you can breed your horses here, sell them here, or sell them in Australia. And you are very, very close to the biggest prize money in the world, and being Australia now.
I wonder what kind of collaboration projects you had, or you wish to have, and you wish to develop with China in the future.
Quite a few mainland Chinese clients. We're really looking at New Zealand-based Chinese now as well. So we've syndicated a few horses with some Chinese that have immigrated to New Zealand and started businesses in New Zealand, which has been great. We've had a lot of them come to the farms, bring their families, and really just selling the whole enjoyment factor early. Probably not so much the investment on the early ones, but just showing them that there's a real lifestyle, or a real a fun aspect for people to get involved with. And once they feel that, then it's probably more likely that they can come and invest more money and do it as more of a business plan. So no, we're doing a fair bit at the moment to try and encourage people to be part of our industry.
Yeah, so we, apart from what Rod just introduced, we also have official accounts on both WeChat and Weibo. And those high techs like 5G or VR or all those kind of things, together with racing and breeding industry, I'm pretty sure we will be having a lot of opportunities in the future waiting for us.
Yeah, agree. Totally agree. I think we everyone is embracing the digital world now. Why not the racing industry?
Yeah, Zoe, it's definitely the way of the future. And my biggest client now was a guy called Ben Kwok, who was based in Hong Kong, now in Singapore. But he bought a horse off us for $1,600 on an online platform. Now he probably has close to 50 horses here, and he's racing majority of his horses in New Zealand. Won a big group race in the weekend. We've been buying horses together in Australia. He's become one of my best friends, and that was all through buying one horse online. He was in Hong Kong and he bought it in New Zealand, and it's been a good friendship and a good business partnership. So it's definitely the way of the future.
Nice to know there are more overseas equine enterprises like Windsor Parkstock from New Zealand cooperating with the China horse markets.
Right. And guys, remember our upcoming webinars will be on the 11th of October. See you all next week.
Stay tuned.
Bye. This podcast is co-hosted by Zoe King and Jojo Wang, powered by Wonder Horse, a business solution provider focusing on Chinese equine market and a bespoke equine community in China.
In addition to this weekly podcast, we launch a monthly webinar called China Horse Business Live. The objective is to connect international stakeholders with Chinese decision makers. 4 to 5 speakers will introduce their activity, products, surveys, and any other topics related to the equine industry within 10 minutes in English. This webinar is open to all Chinese audience, especially targeting equestrian clubs owner, professionals, rider, officials, and suppliers.
This is a perfect opportunity for you to introduce your brand, products, and services to real Chinese audience and interact with them. You may find your partner, distributor, or clients in these webinars.
If you are interested in making a speech in the webinar, please subscribe to our annual package, Business Pass, which will allow you to speak once per semester in the webinar, along with many other premium benefits.
A lower cost annual package, Connect Plus, is also available with some useful benefits. Please check them out on our website, www.wonder-horse.com/podcast, and in the show note of this podcast.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. You can subscribe it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any podcast channel by searching the name of our program, China Horse Business.
We are also looking forward to meeting you in China Horse Business Live, a monthly webinar connecting international stakeholders with Chinese decision makers.
Please feel free to leave us a comment and recommend our program to your friends and colleagues.
Spare the world and stay tuned.